welcome to TNT Barbed Wire, brought to you by TNT Extreme Wrestling, and as always, I'm your host, Simon Hill. Before we get into the action, as some of you may realise, we're a bit later than usual getting this episode to you. Due to the current global crisis and the COVID-19 virus, we at TNT have been taking extra precautions to ensure the safety of our team and our fans in this difficult time. We have assessed the situation and we've had to make some difficult decisions, which includes suspending some of our shows, including Supreme Extreme. You can find more information on our Facebook page, TNT Extreme Wrestling. Now, time to bring some light into these difficult, dark times. Bringing you some non-stop action, we've got highlights and some awesome interviews from our last show, Ignition Ignite the Fire. On this episode, we'll be bringing you highlights from the Poison Princess JAYDE, as she will be taking on TNT's bombshell ALEXIS FALCON. We would also see one of the biggest stars in British wrestling, Big Guns Joe, take on a man who's making his TNT debut, internet sensation Simon Miller. The Young Guns would also be in action, making another appearance at TNT with a debut, ETM. They will be going up against those in a match later on that we've got the full version for you. Kid Lycos 2 will be putting his Ultra X Division Championship on the line against household name Dean ALLMARK. Even Dave Meltzer would be proud of this match, I reckon. We would also see some hard-hitting action for the Ignition Championship between Sonna Durson and one of the most decorated strikers in British wrestling today, Chris Ridgway. All that and so much more, but first of all, we had a fatal four-way to kick things off for our VIP guests. This dark match was high impact and all competitors would leave everything in the ring. Leon, you went through one hellacious battle there, obviously coming up short, but you certainly proved your worth in the ring tonight.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just one of those things in a four-way. The numbers can catch up with you. Recently I've been doing a lot of like tag matches, things like that, and I gave it all I could give out there. And unfortunately, Joe, you've seen Big T, Joe, the size of him, he's a monster. I give everything I can to him, but there's only so much physics can do, and he's a monster. He absorbs everything.
What's the transition like for a tag wrestler like yourself, then obviously being thrown into a fatal four-way, and you come across three of the most physical guys we've had here at Ignition? Was there a transition period where you have to question what motive you go into the match?
There is some differences, obviously. If you're taking a bit of a licking from one of the guys in a tag match, you've got the beauty that I can tag out and the other guy can go in and make the save. In fatal four-way, I don't have that luxury, and if I'm getting a bit of a kicking, someone else is going to come in and follow that up, and it's harder to come back. You don't get that rest period, and with more than one person, it's just you don't know who's going to come for you. I'm looking at Big T, and then Freak Show comes and gets me, and you have to have eyes in the back of your head. It's hard work.
What's it like going against someone like Big T? Like you say, he's a big guy, he's a strong guy. There is no messing about with somebody like that,
I'm holding my neck and chest because I'm sure you heard what it's like to wrestle Big T. It's very hard hitting, and it's just not nice.
And what's next for Leon Gray? So where do you go from here? Obviously not successful tonight, but we're going to see you back pretty soon.
Hopefully so.
Maybe in a tag match?
I would love that. If like I say, I've been doing a lot of tag team wrestling stuff. I'd love it if my partner Ryan Thorne could come down here, join the TNT roster, and we could start having some tag matches in TNT. Maybe go for the Young Guns. I think they're the best up and coming team in the UK at the moment. Who better to go against?
Exactly, and who better to go against for Leon Gray? Not successful tonight, but hopefully we'll see him back in tag team action maybe against the Young Guns. That Claymore style kick at the end from James Reed on Freak Show was just ouch. Leon Gray speaking about the sheer power of Big T, but also hoping his luck will change here at TNT Extreme Wrestling by bringing in tag partner. I managed to grab a chat with the winner of the match, James Reed, who was over the moon to pick up the victory.
It's a physical battle for you, but you came out on top.
I really was. Big T, he's a giant. The weight of him, his strength, really does take the wind out of you, and you can really feel his forearms. He's a fearless guy. Freak show, again, working with him, trying to get them little digs in and that. It couldn't keep him off me. Again, he was really, really on top of me as well as Big T. He couldn't get as much out as I could, because the pair of them together were just on top, didn't give you anything to breathe with. So it was a really coming back victory for me tonight.
What was the turning point in the match? Because obviously, as you said, there was a lot of physicality there, big guys, energetic guys, but obviously there was a turning point for you.
Once I knew I got Freak Show away from Big T, as you seen, they were working double on me, they were working double on Leon Gray. Once I knew I've got one of them away from each other, I can get the weakest one away from the biggest one, and then once I got Freak Show away from him, with the Inzi, I knew I could go straight after Big T. And then obviously Big T caught me, which was a bit of a surprise to me and everyone in there, because I thought I caught him from behind. And then Leon Gray come in, what a great guy he is, come in, help me get rid of him, put our brains together and thought, you know what, get rid of this big guy and we can go down and fight down the route. Obviously Freak Show got the upper hand on Leon, and then I had to finish Freak Show off as soon as everyone else got the ring, kind of go for victory.
I mean, the finishing move on Freak Show was a huge kick, and he took a lot of that, but you would obviously capitalise on that with the pin.
I knew after the beating I kind of got and the throws and getting squashed and choked and that, I knew I physically didn't really have enough strength to pick anyone up. So with the last little breath I had, I just thought, just give him a big bicycle kick and hopefully take his friggin' head off, as well go down and pin him. Because I'm not here to I'm not here to play nice, I'm literally going to take your head straight off. I'm here to snap your arms, I'm here to take your legs off. I'm going out, crawling on my knees, and I'm literally dragging myself to victory with my fingernails. I'm getting that win. I've come a long way to get here, and I'm only going further. I'm going to the top, and when I get to the top, I'm not going to go any down, I'm going right up. And at the end of the day, it's not the wolf sitting on top of the hill. It's not as hungry as the one climbing it, and I am climbing it. So whoever's on top of that hill, be wary, I'm coming for you. So watch it.
Our first official match of the evening was a shock to most, as the #1 contender for the TNT Ignition Championship, Cameron Solis, had something he wanted to get off his chest, and then offered his partner in crime a huge opportunity.
You know what? All these shows can keep their imports, because this is local Liverpool, and we are here to stay. We are the backbone of Ignition, and for that I thank each and every single one of you, because when I won that match, you all came to me and you all hugged me. So as a thank you, and to put over the local talents, I offer my best friend, my tag team partner, an opportunity at this very briefcase.
Cameron Solis stops midway. Beautiful drop kick in the corner. Cameron Solis is on a roll. Craig West may not know where he is, but he rolls around. Touchdown! Cameron into the ropes. Cameron Solis took the full force of a German suplex on the back of his head from the second rope.
So I'm now joined by Craig West. After a huge opening matchup here at TNT Ignition Ignite the Fire, Craig, you went up against a familiar face, your best friend, your tag partner. You didn't quite get the win this time though. Cam managed to get it over you. How are you feeling after your matchup against such a close friend?
Like, we've battled each other, we've travelled up and down the country together, and we train together, we do everything together, so we're literally on the same level. You can't say who's going to win it, you know what I mean? Today he was the better man, but fair play to him, he is the better man, you know what I mean? He won the gauntlet, he's won that today, and I can only wish for the best for him against Sonnet as well.
How would you have felt? What would be the emotional state if you managed to capture that, TNT Ignition opportunity to go up against Sonnet Durst for the championship from Cameron Solis?
It'd be the same thing. We'd train together, we'd fight together, me and Cam, and we'd use what we've learned to put Sonnet down. Sonnet's one of the best in the Northwest, best in the country, but I was just giving it me all, you know what I mean? There's nothing more I can say. I just had a dead sick match.
Yeah. So what's next for Craig West? Where do you go from here?
I'd say next for Craig West, but I want to take dead sick everywhere. And Kings of the North are always offering open challenges. So how about dead sick? Take one of them open challenges. TNT wanted and the fans want it. The fans seem to have wanted it there. Only one of us can go for the singles gold, unless we go for the Project X. But for the time being, I reckon we go for the tag titles.
That's a big call from Craig West and Dead Sick. I'm sure everyone wants to see them go up against Kings of the North. The open challenge is there. Hopefully Kings of the North will accept.
That's it.
That match was unbelievable. Two best friends putting all they've got on the line, including their friendship and tag team. As you saw, Craig West isn't too disheartened and even laying out a challenge to the Kings of the North. Cameron Solis was still full of energy when I caught up with him backstage, and he had plenty to say about the locker room here at TNT.
Now joined by the #1 contender for the TNT Ignition Championship, Cameron Solis. You went up against your best friend, your tag partner tonight. How are you feeling, first of all, by being able to capture and, well, keep hold of that opportunity?
Mate, I feel absolutely amazing. I won the gauntlet. Despite the fact that it should have been 10 people, there was 7. But you know what? I still won. And you know what? I'm sick of TNT booking these imports constantly. I want to give something back. This is a Liverpool promotion. You get places like Manchester, Leeds, Ireland, they're putting over their local talent. So I got on the mic and I offered my best mate a chance at this. And I just somehow got the better hand.
Going through that matchup, it was quite physical, but for two of the closest...
I took a moonsault off the top rope. I nearly broke my neck.
It was one of those.
I love him though.
Is it? Craig West is a great guy. He's a huge competitor.
Amazing.
But you guys are part of one of the biggest tag teams in the UK at the moment.
Dead sick.
And I'm not sure if you're aware, but Craig West has offered a challenge for Kings of the North. How do you feel about that?
Mate, sign me up. You know, yeah, we'll take the tag straps. Yeah, I'll go after the Ignition, and we can both go after the tag straps. Because bear in mind, we did initially enter in that tag tournament, and we lost by shenanigans, by filthy manx. So you know what? I think we earned a tag title opportunity.
I think you have too. Yeah, I think you have too. Dead Sick have earned that tag team opportunity against Kings of the North.
Exactly.
We've already said that this could be the biggest tag match of the year.
Damn right. Exactly. Northern Ireland, Liverpool. Let's get it done. Let's get it done in our hometown.
I think we need to get it signed up. We need to add another contract onto that case.
Exactly. Because not if, but when I cash in this, I'm going to make Ignition the brand to watch.
Cameron Solis is eager to put TNT Ignition on the map and make it the #1 brand. And it seems Dead Sick really are determined to get that match against Kings of the North. Next up would be fan favourite Tom Thelwell, who was looking to continue his winning ways by going up against an opponent who was well known for never following the rules. Chase Alexander. Check it out.
On the rocks, reverse 450 senton. And now has the, oh look at that, breaking him over! Well, he wore it when he first got into the ring, so it is legal, but not in the way it's been intended to be used. Chase running into the corner, gets caught! Thelwell moved, saw it coming. Chase landed up, oh what a V-trigger, high and deep was the knee strike to the chest, and Chase Alexander, who kicks out at 2.
Now joined by Tom Thelwell, who you can tell is in a lot of discomfort. He went through a physical match with Chase Alexander there. Tom, unfortunately not picking up the win. Tell me what happened.
I can't think straight, man. Something happened with Blue Wig, and he hit me with it with a chair.
Was that something that obviously you weren't expecting, but is this?
I always thought me and Chase were mates, but evidently not. I thought he had the match in the bag before he low-blowed me. I don't like bullies, man. Don't like bullies. My momentum's been rising and rising and rising in TNT, and to just have it cut off like that from someone who I've recently been told hasn't had a single victory yet in TNT. It's a hard bit of news to take, man, but I'm not gonna let anything like that, like a stupid blue wig, stop me. I'm just gonna keep rising, keep going and going and going.
It's a hard pill to swallow tonight, obviously, but being cheated out of the win, you know, it's not the way that Tom Thelwell knows, because you're so successful going into TNT at the moment. The momentum's rising, one of the hottest prospects in the UK. How do you bounce back?
I'm just gonna keep going about business the way I've been ever since I started here in TNT. I'll take anyone, no matter the size, no matter the caliber, no matter what title they've got round their waist or over their shoulder. I'm ready for whoever. I'm not gonna let a little blip like that stop my momentum from rising to the top here in TNT.
Chase, there were alternative methods used to get the win in that match. First of all, why?
Now listen, a win is a win, and that is a win. If that battle didn't go for a disqualification, I win. It doesn't matter how I do it. I will go through anyone on this roster. I will cave heads in. I will make sure the next person I face in the ring will not be able to walk out on their own. To get my hands on Visage. The first time I came into TNT, it was in the Ignition League. And Visage was my first opponent, and he pinned me 1, 2, 3. And since then, I've just gone on a downward spiral. I've lost left, right, and centre. And now tonight is a rebirth for the Daddy Martini, Chase Alexander. A rebirth that started with caving in Tom Thelwell's head. And I won't stop until I get my hands on Visage.
Chase Alexander up to his old tricks and laying out the challenge to Visage. How will Visage react and respond to Alexander's message? We'll keep you updated. A surprise matchup that was unannounced was up next between Scott Oberman and Jack Griffiths. And believe me when I say this, Oberman was in no mood to play nice.
This crowd trying to will Jack Griffiths back into this match. And Oberman, oh my god, oh wow,
This is a bit familiar actually.
This is a bit familiar. Tombstone centre of the ring, doesn't let go.
Oh my god.
Oh no, no. Have some compassion.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
I've just realised.
Mirror.
That move.
Mirror image of how Oberman was defeated at Breakout. I have never seen a more dominant match, a more dominant performance in the entirety of Ignition.
Two pile drivers it took to put Jack Griffiths away. Our next match was with someone I always enjoy seeing in action. It was our very own redhead bombshell Alexis FALCON going up against the mischievous JAYDE. Alexis was looking to redeem herself after her loss against Rio in her last match. But how would she handle the Poison Princess?
Squeezes the boot right into the windpipe of Alexis FALCON.
She's so interesting. What is Jade's mindset at any given goddamn time?
Absolute enigma coming into this match. Sets it up. Oh, what a strike! Straight across the chest of Alexis FALCON.
Don't get twisted, Joe. Those chops hurt just about as much as anything. But what they do is they test your will. More than anything else, a chop tests your will.
Oh, look at that. Kick to the midsection. After faking out the chop.
She was getting cheers for the chop, so she didn't want none of that. Just using the whole ring.
Eyes are up in the corner! Oh my word, what a forearm! The power of that forearm, she hits the ropes! Oh, running knee!
Backstage at TNT Ignition Ignite the Fire, joined now by Jade. After her match with ALEXIS FALCON, Jade, you turned up at TNT and you managed to pick up the win. How do you feel after your match, first of all?
What a stupid question. Of course, I feel amazing. That nice 1, 2, 3 on, was she undefeated up until her last match, was it? And I just slide in and get the win. So of course I'm feeling great. Stupid question.
So with that in mind, obviously you've came in, you've had a physical match with ALEXIS. She's on a bit of a losing streak. Are you on a winning streak here now at TNT?
Again, what a stupid question. I'm always on a winning streak. You bring them in, I'll knock them down. Easy peasy. TNT. It's your call, come on.
What's next for Jade at TNT? Where do you go from here? You've beat ALEXIS, you've showcased that you can beat some of the best here at TNT. Where do you go?
Well, I suppose the only way is up, right? Is it Lizzie Styles, that belt?
Lizzie Evo?
Lizzie Evo, whatever her name is. I know she changes it quite regularly, whatever. Doesn't matter anyway, because that belt will soon be the Poison Princess, so remember that.
Jade highlighting the fact that I was asking stupid questions. Lovely. And going after the TNT Extreme Wrestling Women's Champion, Lizzie Evo. That is a match worth seeing, don't you think? I managed to grab a few moments with ALEXIS FALCON after she suffered another defeat, who was clearly upset with how her night was panned out.
Now, ALEXIS, it didn't go your way again tonight. What happened?
I never lost to Jade tonight. I lost to me tonight. Twice now, I've not managed to do what I've set out to do. I really do think it's time to go back, have a think, watch the match back, see what I did wrong, and just go back to the drawing board. And I don't really have anything else to say on my mind. Sorry.
Wonder what ALEXIS FALCON meant by I need to go back to the drawing board. Worrying times for our redhead bombshell. At our last event, Project X, we saw the first ever Ultra X Division champion crowned in one of the most death-defying spectacles we've ever witnessed here at TNT Extreme Wrestling. Here's a little clip to jog your memory. Kid Like Us 2 would be putting his new Ultra X Division Championship up on the line since winning the belt. He'll be going up against one of the most influential stars in British wrestling history, Dean ALLMARK, who will be making his TNT debut and challenging for that Ultra X Division Championship, as well as looking to solidify himself here at TNT.
Maintains wrist control, rips him through, and Lycos 2 going to build up some speed. Hurricane Rana from Lycos 2 says, come on, blocks the chop, sends a couple of chops of his own, so that kick, swinging neck breaker, and has him in prime position, standing moonsault. Lycos 2 rolling as a count of 2, and only a count of 2, and the X Division champion has some momentum on his side.
Those highlights don't really do that match justice. It was an all-out technical spectacle with hard-hitting, high-flying action at its best. Now, due to both men suffering an injury in the match, we were unable to speak with them, but I can assure you that they have both made a full recovery and will be back in action as soon as possible. It was great to see Kid Lycos 2 retain the belt, and I'm looking forward to seeing who his next opponent will be. On our last episode of TNT Barbed Wire, we saw Big Guns Joe cut a promo calling out Simon Miller. Here's a little reminder.
No, Simon Pal, I've seen what you do on the internet, mate, and you know what? That's cool. I applaud you for that, you know? But you're coming down to my territory, you're coming down to the hench territory, Big Guns Joe territory. And no matter what, Big Guns Joe's going to go in there and prove that you never, ever measure up to Big Guns Joe.
So how would Simon Miller handle his debut inside a TNT ring with the henchest guy on the roster? The match was sure to produce fireworks, two of the biggest guys in the business going one-on-one. Let's take a look.
Straps are down! And now Big Guns Joey's gonna roll! The cardio train has left the station! European uppercut, big splash, spear in the corner. Oh, and Simon Miller catches him with a big back elbow. Joe manages to duck it. Oh, he gets him up on his shoulders! Big Guns Joe, can he get it? Fall away slam! Can he get it off successfully? Big Joe off the second. Dweeb killer from the second rope. Two. Oh, almost. What is this? Oh my. Oh. Well, if anyone's eligible enough to wear henchwear, it is indeed Simon Miller. This crowd want him to put it on. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Simon Miller in henchwear.
Explosive match there with Simon Miller and Big Guns Joe. Now joined by internet sensation Simon Miller, but it wasn't about the internet sensation. You stepped in there with the henchest guy at TNT.
I did.
And he put up one hell of a fight.
He did. He kicked my ass for a lot of that fight. And not only is he obviously hench, as we know from his henchwear clothing, guy's quick. That guy moves around. I thought I had him, and then, oh man, I tell you, he goes 100 miles per hour. But no, I've always had respect for him. Always had respect for him. I know it's the biggest cliche in wrestling ever, but it's true. I've been following him for a long time, and you kind of know that when you get in the ring with him, yeah, maybe you can be intimidated by his size, but you got to make sure you intimidate him back, and you got to bring the fire. And thankfully today, that's what we did.
Well, that's it. You picked up your win here on your TNT debut, just about. You know, it was a very physical matchup. You've come away with a win. What's next for Simon Miller? Are we going to see you back here at TNT?
Well, I hope so. You know, I hope so. And I think now there may be a bit of mutual respect between me and Mr. Joe. Obviously, very nicely gave me one of his henchwear t-shirts to put on, which I did. It felt very comfortable. It felt nice. It felt right, dare I say. So maybe there's something we can explore there. I don't know. I'm looking for opportunities. I'm looking for experiences. Maybe henchwear is where I've got to be.
Maybe henchwear is where Simon Miller's got to be. A great show of respect at the end of that match as well from Simon Miller, as you said. Put on that that beautiful hench t-shirt.
Made me feel good. Made me feel good. Like, you know, sleeve popping guns. That's the kind of t-shirts I like. Extra small is too big.
We have something in common then, Simon. Well, thank you very much for coming to TNT. Absolute
Hopefully
pleasure.
I'll be back, man. I had a great time. Some of the fans may give me a little bit of a ruckus, but that's all good. That's what we're here for. I love it. I love it. Hopefully I'll be back. Yeah.
A nice show of respect there from Simon Miller after one hell of a fight. I doubt we've seen the last of him here at TNT. Looking forward to seeing where he'll go next. Despite suffering another loss, I managed to get a chat with Big Guns Joe, who's looking at ways to turn those losses into wins.
You went in for a physical battle. How do you feel?
He's a big dude.
He's a very big
I mean, we both know that I'm a big dude, you know, big hench guy in British wrestling. But that man, that's a big and hench guy all over the internet, man, you know. But, you know, I went in there, I knew I had my work cut out for me, and you saw, I tried, and eventually I got my biceps going, I got everything going, and I threw him again. I threw him. You see, he's a big guy. I threw him. Yeah. But you know what? He got the better of me, dude. He got the better of me. That's something I need to work on. But what happened at the end? What happened at the end, eh? Did you see him?
I saw it.
You saw it. Him wearing that hench t-shirt.
The big hench t-shirt, man.
I mean, TNT, Extreme, TNT Ignition. We saw that.
We all saw it.
What's fucking happen with that? You never know.
Well, that's it, right? So you've come in. I saw the test of strength.
Yeah.
You went
man.
pound for pound against a big guy. The ending, right? Everything was where it needed to be, apart from that win.
No.
How does Big Guns Joe start to get those wins in the bag?
You know, I come up with so many different game plans, you know, and everyone's behind me. The TNT faithful are behind me, and they've got that, and that means so much. But I need to go back to the drawing board. Sam, I need to go back to the drawing board. I need to get back in the gym. I need to get my mind straight. And you know, when I get that first victory, TNT, that hench boy Simon Miller, internet, everyone, when that first victory, and my hand is raised, Big Guns Joe's hand's raised, nobody is then gonna be able to measure up to Big Guns Joe.
Honestly, Big Guns Joe is one of my favourite guys to interview. So much passion, so much desire, and I know that the fans are firmly behind him. Time for our main event now for the TNT Ignition Championship, and unfortunately the original challenger, AEW's Evil Uno, couldn't make it. So, in stepped one of British wrestling's hottest stars, fastest strikers, and fresh from his time in Japan, introducing Chris Ridgway, who would be looking to get his hands on the Ignition Championship and prize it away from the grasps of Sonny Durson. This match was explosive and had the crowd as loud as they could be throughout the entire bout. Enjoy.
The confidence flowing through Durson right now. Looking for a double underhook suplex. Oh, Chris Ridgway sits straight back up and delivers one of the hardest kicks I've ever heard in my life, and delivers another straight to the chest of Sonny Durson. Ridgway's flying up, but Sonny Durson rolls back through, and now looking for another double underhook, and gets it with the bridge. 2, 3. Oh my God, that was so close. Oh my goodness. I think we know what our main event of our next show's going to be. Sonny Durson, oh my God, Scott Oberman! What the hell, Scott Oberman in the ring? Sherlock! Oh my God, where did he come from? A message sent.
An explosive matchup here at TNT Ignition Ignite the Fire for the Ignition Championship between Sonny Durson and Chris Ridgway. And what?
Get out of my way. Take my chai. Time after time again, TNT Wrestling tried to stack the odds against me. First, they tried and put me against Evil Uno, and when that fell through, they tried to get the most decorated striker in pro wrestling today, in Chris Ridgway, in the ring against me. Look what happened. I demolished him. I took him apart piece by piece. And by the way, Chris, I'm not happy about that cheap shot you took against me after the match. Believe me, I'm going to have words with you. And Cameron Solace, you think you can stamp on my parade after the match? You think you can hype up a little match between me and you? You want the fan base to actually believe that you stand a chance against me? Well, Cameron Solace, you've got that briefcase. I want you to cash it in. Because once me and you get in a ring together, I can't wait to smack that corny smile off your face. So be it. So it is.
Sonny Durson holding on to that championship for now. But how about that ending? Cameron Solis making a statement of intent, Scott Oberman getting involved, before Chris Ridgway had the final say. Sonny Durson with a very direct message there as well for Cameron Solis. We're going to continue to follow this story and I can't wait to see where it leads. Now, as we like to treat you and bring you 4 matches to feast your eyes on, this time we're going with an enthralling tag match between Manchester's Young Guns and 2 guys making their tag team debut, ETM. This match is epic.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Northwest Strong, the other team of Ethan Allen, Luke Jacobs, the Young Guns!
Well, what a showing these 2 young men had. Last show at Breakout, a phenomenal debut in a potential match of the year contender against Crash Boat.
Crash Boat had been undefeated in tag team competition up until that point. The Young Guns steaming. Wow. Wow.
And their opponents.
These boys are on a roll right now.
For their opponents tonight. What an entrance theme.
Every show. These boys.
Liverpool.
Mambo.
This is the Headfoot Messiah, T.K. Cooper, and the gnarliest wrestler in the world, Chia Mambo. They are the team ETM.
Well, Chuck Mambo had a surprise debut last show against Kid Lycos 2, who would go on to become our first ever Ultra X champion. A little bit more on him later on in the show.
These 2, they've got Keenan and Kel parody merchandise. I just like them. Maybe I'm guilty of nepotism. I come up with these words, but my God, they're infectious. Probably shouldn't be referencing infectious things.
Yeah, not the greatest time. No, maybe not.
Cut that. Yeah, probably. Nice gear though, right?
That is nice gear.
Nice gear, guys. Nice gear, nice merchandise.
What, you know, nice entrance music. What's not to love? What a battle we are going to have on our hands right now.
Yeah, you can do this for like 20 minutes, guys, if you want. Fair play.
We're underway. Chuck Mambo and Ethan Allen going to get us underway.
Wow. Just the stance that Ethan Allen has. He holds the centre of the ring against a taller, more powerful opponent. These boys absolutely fearless.
See, the power advantage that Ethan Allen brings to the table is not to be understated.
This is it. It's no centre of gravity. Yeah, now let's just listen to this for a bit, mate. Keep going, boys. This is what I'm saying, that power advantage, yeah? Chuck Rambo, very, very powerful man, very, very long limbed. Jeez. Jesus Christ.
That's quite a reception for your debut, isn't it?
Keep going, boys. That low centre of gravity, the stance that Ethan Allen takes was so strong, was so ready.
I admire Tremambo going into this.
Don't you do it. Oh, you son of a... Oh!
It's not his colour. It's not his colour.
Doesn't look great, does it?
It's not his colour.
Control again. This boy's technique is second to absolutely nothing.
Look at the base that Ethan Allen has got on whilst they're playing an arm lock. Look at that. Look at that from Tremambo.
Take your headband back.
He's got the...
There you go.
Ethan Allen up and over, back into the headlock. Ethan back to the arm, and in comes Luke Jacobs, first tag of the match.
We were talking about poison, purposeful action.
Oh, wow.
There is nothing pretty about what this man does. He's an absolute efficiency expert. He's a pure scientist of professional wrestling. A pure scientist, and for a man so young, my word.
And on top of that, he will kick the soul out of the back of your chest.
He's very capable of that as well.
And the scariest part is he's going to get bigger.
I don't want to
and older. The ability. Tremambo! Arm drag! And had the tag to TK. Welcome to TNT. TK Cooper. Great succession of arm drags from Luke Jacobs.
Wasn't a strong start from TK. They come straight in, eat a couple of arm drags. Welcome aboard, Teeks.
Yeah. And in comes Mambo once again.
On top now.
Lines him up. Mambo stuck to the ropes, gets the boots up to Ethan Allen. Oh, and beautiful hot shot.
Oh!
With a line shot. Jumping in from the outside.
Slick stuff, lads. Good, lads.
Beautiful succession.
AOTK.
Fully deserved after that line salt, has to be said. Short Irish whip into the corner. Flying forearm from Chuck Mambo.
Keep him in there, lads.
And now applies the roll, rolls through. Count of two, gets the tag. In comes TK Cooper. Beautiful succession of moves from ETM.
Slick, it's quick tags. Everyone's staying fresh in
And
there except Ethan Allen right now.
Look how closely into the corner. ETM are working as well. Cutting the ring off so effectively.
Don't take your eyes off him.
With great quick tags as well. Sends him into the other corner. Ethan Allen sent in. As is Chuck Mambo flying forearm. And TK Cooper with the boot up. Sends him out. Buster from the corner from Chuck Mambo. 1, 2. Only a count of 2.
You see the frustration there? Keep your composure, lads. Keep your composure. It's just going to take a little bit more. That's it. Crowd's still incredibly divided. Another quick tag. Oh, scratches, Teeks? Really? He bruises like a peach. Talking tactics on the sideline there.
Mambo has the big another forearm, sends Ethan Allen crashing to the mat. And now, Ethan Allen gets up and over, rolls through. In comes Luke Jacobs. And the forearm, TK Cooper hits the deck. Hits the deck again. Luke Jacobs, head of steam. Great strikes. Dogs one does TK Cooper though. Luke Jacobs reverses the Irish whip. Gets him with a back elbow. Look at the power and the speed of the young gun, Luke Jacobs. And in comes Ethan Allen. Up and over he goes. Leapfrog. Kick to the midsection. Kicks to the back. Big boot. And the young guns are rolling.
This is elite level tag team wrestling. Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Oh my word, what a strike. And now,
no wasted motion.
Oh, and there's the strikes I mentioned before.
There's just no wasted motion between these young guns. None whatsoever. Everything is so purposeful. My God. Oh, not again. Please, not again.
Oh, straight across the front of his back.
So
and
basic.
TK Cooper.
That's it. Kicking out at once. Just an act of defiance. That's all that is.
TK Cooper maybe getting amped up a little bit. Oh, shot to the midsection from Ethan Allen. Goes in for Cobra clutch. Applied in.
Yeah, absolute control there. Absolute control.
Cooper doing what he can to try and fight out of it.
Well, he is the headbutt messiah, so if you can work on that as a limb. A limb, head a limb, I don't think that's accurate. But isolate the head.
Skull, bone.
Yeah.
Something in that area.
Sure. But if wherever the head goes, the body must follow.
Ripcord!
Has a massive amount of offense based upon his head.
Did you see how much force? Oh, and Ethan Allen having a bit of words.
Well done, referee Shaw. Well done.
That's a Chuck Mambo on the outside. And in comes Luke Jacobs. Off! Strike after the tag was made. Oh my God, what a forearm. And now in comes Ethan Allen once again. Quick tags being made from these young guns. Up, second. Oh, there's the headbutt. Dog Swan lifts him up, turns him inside out. Can he make the tag? Can he make the tag? He's got to get to Chuck Mambo. He's got to get to Chuck Mambo now.
Go.
And he does. In comes the gnarliest wrestler. Oh, beautiful double drop kick and kips up. Chops for days.
Wow.
Full of energy is Chuck Mambo, who hits the ropes. Dog Swan rolls around, sends Ethan Allen into Luke Jacobs. And now the young guns both set up in the corner. And Chuck Mambo gonna go to town with a head of steam, flying forearms for absolutely everybody. Allen reverses it, but Mambo reverses up to the top. Back elbow from the top. And Mambo,
stay with it.
Oh wow! Sets him up, Gordy Buster style. Oh wow! Gordy Buster into the cutter with a splash combination.
TK barking orders again.
ETM setting up another double move. Oh, Allen fights out of it. Sends sends Chuck Mambo crashing into TK. Oh wow! TK Cooper being used as a weapon to take out his own tag and catches him with a DDT. Does Luke Jacobs, sets him up. Ethan Allen on the second. Oh wow!
There's your cover.
Two! Oh, he kicks out at two. This match is still alive. Wow. Go, DCF! Go, DCF! Go, DCF! Go, DCF! Go, DCF!
How much it means to both of these men. Young guns on the run of their life.
And now looking for the
Mambo's in there.
Oh, double Meteor off the top.
TK holding on. Opens a gap.
Twist him inside out.
B-roll.
Oh, turns him inside out. This could be it. This could be it. Oh my days, what a win that would have been for ETM. But in comes Chuck Mambo to keep and maintain the momentum here. You do not want to get into a striking contest with Luke Jacobs afield, but Chuck Mambo. Oh my God, what a job!
Wow.
But Mambo going to maintain, stays on his feet, blocks the kick. Oh, what a strike! What a super kick from Chuck Mambo! Ethan Allen had plans. Mambo sent in Bandera from his own tag team partner. Bandera again from Ethan Allen. Headbutt from TK Cooper to the outside. Ethan Allen ducks. Meteora on the inside. Ethan Allen with a straight kick to TK Cooper on the outside. Mambo.
That's all she wrote.
1, 2. Ethan Allen.
Really?
Wow.
It's that kind of contest. Oh man.
How much does the win mean to the Young Guns? They are willing to pull the referee out from underneath the ring. Oh! What have you just done? Low blow and a clothesline. Low blow behind the referee's back. What are the Young Guns doing? Sets him up. Kick. What style pile driver? It's over. I can't believe what I've just seen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're in the team of Ethan Allen. Big checkbooks, the Young Guns.
Really? Really, boys? That's how you're going to play this? It's all the talent in the world you've got, and you're going to rely on underhanded tactics? I am shocked at you, boys.
They've disqualified for DDTI. And it took them going to those lengths today.
And this crowd's letting them know about it. That was an unbelievable tag match we just witnessed.
Shady as hell they have to end like that, man, you know what I mean?
Oh, what is this? Oh, come on! This match is over. What are you doing? Oh! Where has this attitude come from? From the Young Guns. I am in absolute shock. We're going to take...
What an explosive match. The Young Guns there going against the debuting ETM. Guys, physical, you look heated. How do you feel?
How do we feel? You see what we just did to ETM? Yeah, times are changing for the Young Guns. Make no mistake about it, Chuck Mambo, TK Cooper. This was not our opportunity to wrestle you. This was your opportunity to wrestle us. The very best this country has to offer in tag team wrestling. After only 2 matches, we are already the top of this division. The outcome was certain from the get-go. Lariat pile driver. Yeah, we used a couple of other methods, but who cares? This is a new era for tag team wrestling, and we are at the forefront.
Alright, what a match that was. Incredible tag team action with the Young Guns picking up the win there and leaving a very firm message for the entire TNT tag team division. Now, as some of you may have seen over the last few weeks, we've had to make a few difficult decisions. This includes suspending our live events until the end of June. This doesn't mean that we're going anywhere, it just means that we're taking the necessary measures in order to keep everybody safe during our events. But we do have some good news for you. Firstly, we have launched a bunch of brand new exciting merchandise. Take a look at just some of our brand new designs. those are available now, including that special edition DOA t-shirt. Head over to Pins and Knuckles and get hold of some of those awesome tees. That's not the only good news. Now, despite TNT Barbed Wire being put on hold until our next show, I'll still be giving you live updates, announcements, and hosting a few special TNT projects. They're all currently in the works and will be available on Turnbuckle TV. During these tough times, we're well aware that you're going to need plenty to keep you entertained, which is why we have our TNT On Demand service. Sign up for Turnbuckle TV, get your first week for free, and upgrade for as little as $3.99 a month. And you'll be able to get all of our events from 2020 so far, as well as some of the upcoming specials hosted by yours truly. In the meantime, don't forget to like, follow and subscribe to TNT Extreme Wrestling across Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Instagram for all of your latest news. And remember, this isn't goodbye, this is just see you later. Now, I've been your host, Simon Hill. This has been so incredible to bring all this exciting content to you. You can find me at Simon H Official everywhere, and I'll be back with some more wrestling action very soon. But until then, keep it locked.